takes 26 days to go from Mexico to Japan. How long does it last any fruit in the refrigerator? Let's say that you ship avocados or you ship tomatoes or you ship cantaloupes, which are very appreciated in Japan. They love melons and watermelons or cantaloupes. It takes 26 days. Plus, what else do you think becomes a component here in the delivery date, Mitch?
Mm, the preparation from Mexico, the aduanas, Eh,
Duanes, yes, exactly. Duanes. That is the aduana, right?
mhm.
So Duanes is going to take 5 more days, 3 to 5 days, 3 to 5 days for Duanes. So if you say 26 plus 5 days Duanes, that's going to be 31 days. So talking about delivery date, delivery time is significant. And how much do you think the price increases, for example, for a kilogram of cantaloupes? Can you Google 1 kilogram of cantaloupes in Japan? What's the purchase price of a cantaloupe, 1 kilogram, or one
No,
pound?
no, sorry, teacher. I mean cell phone.
Okay, so let me Google it myself. Let's see. I'm gonna go cantaloupes, uh, price in Japan. What do you think it costs a pound that's half a kilogram of cantaloupes in Japan? How
Mm,
much?
$20.
$20. I don't think you're gonna be very far.
Ah, okay,
Okay, look at that. A
$4.
cantaloupe. No, $40. $40 to $80. ochenta
Mm,
dólares un melón en Japón. eighty
but
dollars.
first said $4. Ah, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I understand. $40. Okay,
$4 in Hong Kong.
okay, okay. And
And
in Tokyo.
$40 to $80 in Tokyo.
Why
Well,
that drastic change?
because in Tokyo they don't have cantaloupes.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have cantaloupes, and the reason is that they are ahead of the tropic. Look, the tropic for the same altitude and latitude is here in India, right here. This is the tropic. So Japan is more or less at the height, not even of the north of California, but the north of the Oregon. If you go by what do you call this? The latitude or the altitude? I think it's the latitude, right? So you see that Japan is in the latitude similar to Oregon. It's extremely cold. When I was in Oregon, there was very cold temperature 10 months of the year. So you see the latitude or altitude. I think it's latitude, right? The latitude, altitude. Yeah, it's altitude. I'm sorry. Yeah, the latitude is the parallels. So the altitude of Japan is about the same as Oregon, whereas the Mexico's altitude is the same as India. So you can see that they will have no production of melons or watermelons or cantaloupes, and that is a problem. Imagine $80 one melon, $40 to $80 one melon, one cantaloupe in Japan. How many pesos is that? 40 times 20,
Mm,
40 por 20 is
800.
800 pesos one melon in Tokyo, in Japan.
Don't worth
It's
it.
incredible. But I tell you something, the Americans are very intelligent. You know what they do?
Mm,
They compran 2,000 hectares in Saltillo. They say this is for an American production. They produce watermelons in Saltillo, Coahuila, and then they produce millions of tons of watermelons in Saltillo or in Torreon, and they export the melons to Japan. What do you think of that? The commerce, direct commerce, they are very brilliant.
That's a very good strategy.
Strategy for them, but
But they really buy, the Japan's really buy that
yeah, they
invoice.
buy it. They buy it. Yeah, they buy it. Probably when they buy uh, what? Well, look at the income they have per year. The people in Hong Kong make $73,000 per year average, and the people in Japan make $92,000. No,
Oh,
daily income. Daily income. No,
oh
that's
boy.
the daily income. $73 per day. That's what they make average every person. So, well, what happens is that commerce is a huge tool if you have the market and if you have the components, right?
Mm-hmm.
In this case, I believe it is impressive that you're able. What is the price of melons or cantaloupes in Mexico? Let's see. Precio de melón en México. Let me look it up, right? Price. 15 pesos to 20 pesos the kilogram. You see here. Wholesale, mayoreo. Wholesale. 16 to 20 pesos, right? The price of melons, watermelons. So 16 to 20 pesos per kilogram. And then imagine 20 pesos are converted to 800. How can that happen? How can that be? What do you think of this change, Mitch? It's a drastic change from 16 or 20. It goes up. Let me see. Oh, here is Mickey. Let me say hello to Mickey. Mickey, hello.
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing today?
Hi, teacher. I'm great. Thank you very much. Sorry for the delay. I needed to take a ride to my brother because he and a group of his classmates gonna make like a class to another school. It's an elementary school, and I needed to take a ride to him to the school.
Yeah, don't worry, don't worry. Listen, we're having a very interesting conversation with Mitch about the price of cantaloupes. You know what cantaloupes is? Cantaloupe is melons.
Mm-hmm.
The price in Mexico and the price in Japan, and we were surprised. Was it not, Mitch? Uh,
Yeah.
we what was the price of a kilogram? Or no, one melon in Tokyo, Japan. What do you think the price is, Mickey? If you had to guess, how much do you think is the price? What do you think is the price of a melon or cantaloupe in Tokyo?
Mm,
We can call them melons too.
Melons is okay, but also cantaloupes. In the US, it's more common to call them cantaloupes. Melons is
Okay.
okay, but cantaloupes is like more common in the US.
I don't know.
Excuse me.
$3, $4. One.
$3, $4? What do you say, Mitch?
mm, Not too much, not too closer.
Not too close, right?
Well,
Two-digit number. It's a two-digit number.
$20.
Getting closer.
Getting
In
closer.
Tokyo, the
More
price
than
is
20.
$40 to $80
Wow.
a piece, and we
Just
just saw that.
one.
Just one.
Wow.
Well, look at this. What's the price of a lemon in Mexico? One lemon, not 1 kilogram. One lemon.
Mm,
Mm,
Well, it would cost you
no.
1 peso, 2 pesos, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, in Pittsburgh, they cost you $1.
One lemon.
One lemon, $1. So 10 times more.
where?
In Pittsburgh, In the US,
We are so lucky.
we're very lucky. And we can, but the thing is that there is a lot of opportunities. In the past, let me tell you something. Growers from Uruapan were selling their avocados to people in the US, and they sold them at a reasonable price. I'm not going to put the price here, but they sold them at this price, right?
Mhm.
At a price of, let's say, 60, 80 pesos a kilogram. And now, what is the cost? Let's look up for the cost of an avocado in Tokyo. Let's do the same. Can we?
Hmm.
Let me look up
Yes.
uh, cost cost of a piece of avocado in Tokyo.
I found here that uh, 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 how much are avocados in Japan? Yeah, the average price, the equivalent of $1 per avocado on the low end and 1.75 on the high end.
And sorry, 40 pesos, one piece, right? One
Yeah,
piece.
one piece. Wow.
Yeah. So that's a drastic increase in the price, and that's because in the past we used to ship to the US and then from the US to Japan, and now there is direct shipment from Manzanillo to Japan. Talking about avocados, so that is amazing, right?
Yeah.
Now, Mickey, which are the challenges that people have when they ship their goods from Mexico to the US and to Japan or to anywhere? Which are the challenges in your opinion?
Mm,
The
they must
exportation.
know all the requirements that they need to export to each country because each country, every country has different laws and different rules too.
Yeah,
For the type of
exactly.
product, depending of the type of product.
All right. In this case, if they are fresh products, fresh produce, well, in this case, which would be the peculiarities or the elements that we must master, that we must know.
Probably the transport because I think that the transport must have like a thermostat or like a certain temperature for the product that we are exporting.
Absolutely, yes, yes. Transport. What do you say that?
Technology?
Transport technology. Yeah, cooling
Yeah.
technology. That's one thing. The delivery time, right? Delivery time.
The
Mm-hmm.
conservation. If
The
there's food.
observation, right? That's true too. Uh,
Mm,
what else?
the well, it's almost the same, but the type of transportation that we're gonna use,
Okay,
type of transport.
transport type of transport.
Aduanes.
Dwayne's, yes. Dwayne's, that's critical. That's very important. And taxes, consequently, right? And taxes.
Yes.
Applicable taxes. Applicable. Because sometimes you don't know, well, we don't know what taxes will apply and which ones will not. Um, do you think we should know the amount of demand there is
Yeah.
and how much we can offer, right? That is the supply.
Yeah. Probably we need to first of all know the market that we're gonna go.
Absolutely. To know that market in terms of what do you need to know about the market? Yeah, know the market is very important, but what elements? Market
Probably the income of the
knowledge,
people, the age of the people,
income, age,
if
uh,
our product could be popular or not there.
popularity of product. Yes, absolutely. That's critical. That's crucial. About the market, we should also know the if there are competitors or not, right?
Mm-hmm. Or competence.
Competitors or competition, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Competition. That's very important. And how far they are. For instance, which country do you think would be a competitor to Mexican growers or to the Mexican people? Which countries do you think can be competitors?
In fresh produce.
Yes, in fresh produce.
Mm, Probably US too, right?
Well, if we talk about, well, that's another issue. What type of products, right? Because if we talk about tropical fruit, tropical products like
Oh, yeah.
cantaloupes, watermelon, mango, um, lemons, strawberries, the berries in particular have suffered an increment, incredible increment.
Mm.
The demand has increased like fivefold. But let's say cantaloupes. The cantaloupes are not produced but in Mexico and in some small parts of Arizona. But they are produced largely in India, for example. So India is a great competitor. The issue with India is they cannot supply their own country. So that's where they are struggling. They have so many people to feed that they are having troubles exporting fruits to other Asian countries like Singapore, Malaysia, Korea, and Japan itself. So they are struggling. So this is a big opportunity for Mexican growers to ship their tropical food to Japan at a great price. And now they are becoming more intelligent because now they're going direct, not through
Yeah.
intermediaries like they used to do in the past.
Yeah, they save a big quantity of money.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. So that is a fantastic opportunity that Mexican growers have. Now, the question is, do you have to be a grower to do this type of transactions or you don't have to?
Mm, no, I don't think so. Actually, I think that growers contact to exporters or agency of exportation to do that process because I know that here in Mexico, before export something, you need to have some documents and you need to do a big research about it. You,
Yeah. So in general, that's a very interesting comment, Mickey. What you're doing is what paperwork do exporters or brokers need to have to do different types of international transactions? I don't know the answer, but I would be very curious to know what type of permits or documents do brokers need to have to trade various goods? That's an interesting question to know.
yeah.
Let me put it here. What type of permits or documents do brokers need to have to trade various goods or
Mm,
services?
Probably, I don't know if it's the same letters in English, but RFC,
RFC?
RFC,
Oh, the ID, the company ID, right?
company ID.
Most likely, yes. Um, do you?
The transport documents.
Okay. You also need labels for your products, right? That guarantee that they are
Mm-hmm.
in good shape. So labels and a table label with the labels with with oops content
Of the product
specification. Yes. Why do
and
you? Yes.
warnings too, right?
Excuse me.
And warnings too if the product is.
Warnings, of course. Yes. Dangerous or has any potential problems or
Yeah.
if you're exporting to the US, you need an FDA
Mm-hmm.
certification, which is for food.
Yeah.
Um, what else do you believe is necessary to do a transaction of goods?
Um, I don't know how it's in English, but like an origin certification.
Certificate of origin, that's the name.
Yeah.
Certificate of origin, that's the technical name.
Mm.
And what is called a bill of lading. Do you know what a bill of lading is?
A bill of
No,
lading? No, I don't think so.
Do you, Mitch?
no.
It's like a carta porte. It's a
Oh.
letter in which you express the contents, the or everything is in that carta porte, right? The amount, the cost, the everything which is commercial goes in this bill of lading. So these are actually two of the three important documents that you need for exporting anything, plus necessary health certificates if they are required by the buyer. Bill of lading. What do you think is the third document that you need to do any export?
Mm,
Begins with EIN. That's connected with money, the amount of money,
invoice?
the invoice. Yes,
What means that?
invoice. What is invoice in Spanish, Mickey?
Factura.
Oh,
Factura. You need to invoice the client because the invoice provides the amount of money that the merchandise is worth,
Yeah.
and consequently the corresponding insurance in the cargo ship.
Mm-hmm.
And where do you normally put the Incoterms, Mickey? In which document? In the certificate of origin, in the bill of lading, or in the invoice?
Mm, in the certificate of origin?
The invoice, because
In
the
the
invoice
invoice?
is is the most commercial. No, the certificate of origin states where the product is manufactured or where the most of the components are built. But
Mm-hmm.
if you the invoice should have delivery date, amount per unit, total amount, if there is any
Okay.
extra cost for installation,
Mm.
taxes included or not, and delivery conditions. That is the
Oh,
Incoterms
okay.
in the invoice. So these documents are all very important, the three of them. These are the minimum that you need to issue to send any type of merchandise. But also, if you want to export like fresh food, fresh produce, then you need some what do you call this? There's a name for this. That is stating that is bacteria free, pesticides free, or whatever.
Mm.
It's called certificate. I forgot. There was a specific name. I forgot the name. I was in this industry for 5 years, but I forgot. Well, let me see if I remember in a few minutes. But there is another certificate which is required by the FDA here. The FDA requires this certificate only for produce that has leaves. For example, broccoli requires it. If you send radishes with no foliage, only so the certificate is only for products that have foliage. Do you know what foliage is, Mitch?
no.
Follaje.
Oh, what means
Because
follaje?
follaje, leaves, hojas,
Oh, okay, okay.
tallo, etc. Yeah, for example, an orange doesn't have foliage, an apple doesn't have foliage, a mango doesn't have foliage.
Mm.
But if you send broccoli or if you send celery, if you send many other products that have leaves or stem is tallo, then you need a certificate. I had it here. It's related that has no bacteria problems or no viruses or no pesticides or no nothing, right? That's the idea of this
Oh,
certificate.
perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
That's useful.
Phytosanitario, right? So it's a
Ah,
phytosanitary certificate. Phytosanitary certificate. That's the name. Certificado fitosanitario in Spanish, and in English is phytosanitary certificate. That states that the merchandise that you are exporting is free of any bacteria or problems. So it's truly interesting, but also needs some very specific documentation or paperwork, and also some technical knowledge in addition to the knowledge of the market, like Mickey was saying, right? Well, we have departed a little bit, just a little, from the original topic, which was cuisine, right? But well, that's what normally happens. Okay, let's see economic conditions. What are the economic conditions, Mickey, please?
Economic conditions regulate trade in
Delicacies.
delicacies, and imported foodstuffs.
Okay, other factors that affect cuisine. It looks like comic, but it's not comic. This is true. Can you read this, Mitch? Religious or sumptuary laws.
yeah. Religious or sumptuary laws. What means sumptuary?
Yeah, related to saints or very respected laws that refer to
Okay.
holy people or holy saints or whatever.
Okay, thank you. Under which certain foods are required or prescribed.
Proscribed. Yeah, for example, which food is proscribed in India, Mickey? Do you know?
Prescribed?
Yeah, forbidden.
Mm. Uh, Talking about cuisine?
Talking about which animal, the meat of which animals people from India do never eat.
Beef?
That's the Jewish, I think.
Oh,
The Jewish don't
Cow?
eat pork. Cow,
Cow?
cow. That's why they say that cows in India are holy cows, right? Because you cannot eat them. Yeah, and that's true. It's a religious thing. And well, what do you do? I mean, we need to respect their beliefs, right?
Yeah.
We don't eat meat on Holy Friday, right? Remember that it was forbidden. We could not eat fish, not eat red food, red meat in Holy Friday.
Yeah.
Well, that's a religious thing. Okay, then let's answer question number one. Answer the questions. Uh, can you read and answer question number one, Mitch, please? How would you describe actually tea?
yes. Answer the question that describe the answer with your classmates. How would you describe the characteristics that are present in your national cuisine? Um, there's a lot of corn. I don't know what
Yeah.
the Mexican cuisine would be without the corn.
Hmm.
Uh, there are multiple types of sauce.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true.
it's spicy and not spicy. We use too much um, dishes, some kind of meats,
Hmm.
and yeah.
Okay, very good. That's true, Mitch. Thank you very much. Now, let's see, Mickey. I'm sure that you're familiar with different types of cuisines in addition to the Mexican cuisine. What other cuisines do you know or you're aware of or you're familiar with besides the
Mm,
Mexican cuisine?
the Japanese cuisine?
Yeah, which dishes come to your mind, Mickey, when you say Japanese cuisine?
Well, mainly sushi,
Hmm.
nigiris,
Oh, okay.
yakimechi.
Let me see.
Um,
Sushi is in Japanese.
I believe so.
yeah, I think so. Um, I don't know if there are Japanese, but there are. It's a dessert that is like a bowl of ice cream and is covered with. Um, it's like a type of. I don't know how to say masa.
Mass, a type of mass.
Yeah. I don't know
Like
if you
pasta.
tried. It's called Well, in Spanish is helado tempura, I think so. O helado frito también le dicen.
Tempura ice cream.
Let me-
Okay.
Have you ever tried it, teacher?
Not really. It sounds tasty, to be honest. It sounds really tempting to try, but I've never eaten it.
Yeah,
I've heard of it. I've heard of it, but I never tried it.
yeah, it's delicious. The first time that I tried was in Vallarta. It was a restaurant that was focused on Japanese cuisine, and that was the dessert.
Okay.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah, imagine,
Um,
yes.
Other type of cuisine could be the Italian cuisine.
Italian
Mm,
cuisine, yeah, oh wow, that's delicious. What is characteristic of Italian cuisine?
that is pasta.
Well, pasta is one of the elements, of course. Do you believe that olive oil, for example, is
Yeah.
a yeah, it's a normal component, or typical component, right?
Hmm.
What else, Mitch? What is characteristic of the Italian cuisine in your mind?
Could be cheese.
Mm, pastas, tomato sauce, uh,
Tomato sauce, that's true.
more pastas.
More pasta, yes. Well, tell you what, lasagna is a pasta, which is absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lasagna, you have fettuccine, you have what's this? What's it? This is lasagna, fettuccine, spaghetti. Spaghetti is actually an Italian name.
Spaghetti.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, those are dishes typical of other countries. Well, you have the Italian. What would connect
American.
American? I asked Mitch that question. What characterizes American cuisine, Mickey? I was not very certain that I would respond that, but what would you say is characteristic of them?
That mainly is like fast food. Hamburgers,
Yeah,
hot dogs,
yeah,
mass with a piece of cake, with a piece of meat of something.
yeah. That is true. That is true. Well, let's see the next question. Thank you, Mitch, Mickey. Thanks. Let's read question number three. Name one cuisine that you haven't tried yet. And would you like to try that and why? What do you think, Mitch?
Mm, well, I'm pretty actually not gonna lie. I don't know too many dishes. Well, maybe I taste too many dishes, but I don't know where they come from. For example, I think I never tried anything up from India, but I'm not sure.
Have you ever eaten curry?
Sounds for me, but I'm not. I don't know.
What about you, Mickey? Have you ever tried curry?
Mm, no, I don't remember. Probably yes, but I don't remember.
Okay. Well, let me ask you something. What comes to your mind if I say the word tabbouleh
Tabule,
or tabbouleh? Well, some people say tabbouleh or tabbouleh. What comes to your mind?
a meat.
A salad.
Actually, it's a salad with meat, so you are both right.
Lol.
Oh
And
yeah.
what is the origin? Do you know?
Mm,
India?
we're talking about India, so
I believe it's from Saudi Arabia. It's an Arab dish.
Arabian.
I believe. Let me. Well, I don't know what now. I'm having doubts, but I believe tabbouleh comes from the Arab Emirates. Tabbouleh origin. It's absolutely delicious. And if you ever eat it, tabbouleh from the Arabic, yeah,
Mm,
tabil, to season or spice. Tabbouleh is thought to have been the first eaten in the mountains. Lebanon, okay, actually it's Lebanon. From Lebanon, it's Lebanese. And this is a dish which is very common among Lebanese families in Leon, and I'm sure here too, right? You have many. Here is the definition. I don't know if you want to read it, Mitch, please.
Yes, tabule. The name tabule comes from the Arabic word tabil, which means to the season or spice of tabbouleh, is thought to have first been eaten in mountains of Lebanon and Syria more than 4 years ago, 4,000 years ago.
And what do you think it includes, Mickey? If you had to guess, you said meat, Mitch said salad, or vice versa, and I believe they are. You are both right. What does it include? Which are the ingredients in your minds?
Mm, uh, lettuce.
Lettuce. What else would it be?
Mm, could be tomatoes.
Okay. What else?
Mm, um, um, I'm not sure. The name is weird, so I suppose that there's something weird in the.
Well, could be. Maybe yes, maybe not. But I'm sure that you're gonna know all the components here. Bulgur. Okay,
What
bulgur
is that?
is. I think it's some type of ferment.
It's like a fermentation.
Yes, exactly, exactly. So I'm gonna write the ingredients here and see which ones you know and which ones may be new for you. All right. Okay. So here. Okay. Let's read it. Can you read it, Mickey, please?
Tabbouleh, Romanized tabula, adds tabbouleh, tabouli, tabouli, or tabbouleh. It's a Levantine salad made mostly of finely chopped parsley with tomatoes, mint. Is mint or mint?
Mint, mint,
Mint, right?
mint.
Onion, bulgur, soaked, not cooked, and seasoned with olive oil, lemon juice,
Juice.
salt, and sweet pepper.
Well, I have eaten this dish twice in my life only. My mother cooked it for one of my birthdays, and a lady from Lebanon, which was her friend when the
Hmm.
lady lived, taught her the recipe, and it's absolutely delicious. It is also made with rice, with a cereal, I'm sorry, that they don't say here, they don't mention here as included, which is quinoa. Have you seen quinoa?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's an element that they put in this dish, quinoa. Sometimes they use wheat, which is trigo, wheat, but sometimes they use quinoa. Actually, people claim that quinoa has wheat in it. So, with trigo, right? But what it gives it a delicious flavor is the mint, the parsley with tomatoes. The bulgur, which is a ferment, I didn't know about that. My mom didn't put it. And the olive oil I knew, lemon juice, salt, and sweet pepper. So it's absolutely delicious. Let's take a look at the dish. You see it here?
Yeah.
Images.
Looks interesting.
I would say, look, that's tabbouleh. How does it look?
Like
Take.
guacamole with too many,
Like a
and
type
I
of,
don't know what past guacamole.
Could be, right?
it looks like a type of pico de gallo.
More or less, yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it's very, very tasty, very delicious. And it has a special piquant flavor that is not like hot like a chile or like a pepper, and it's not very acid either like lemon, but it's
Mm.
very, very fine. Well, it has lemon, of course, but not. eh, Look, it looks like here they put some celery, chopped celery, apio here, right? Looks like in this one
Celery.
here. Looks like that. Looks like chopped apio, chopped, or is it cucumber? Oh, it's delicious. You should try it if you ever have the opportunity to cook it or to go to a Lebanese place where you can find it. You're gonna
Mm.
absolutely love it. Well, this is one of the dishes that I would be interested in trying more and more and more.
Yeah. Where is a Lebanese place here in, if it's not in Irapuato, in Leon, or in another place that is near? Do you know one, teacher?
Lebanese places. There are some. You can actually look them up probably in Google because I once saw a place like that in Google in Guanajuato, Miki. And I was gonna go with my friend, but eventually we didn't go there. But that was one of our options to visit. And what I can guarantee is that you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Actually, let's see in Irapuato. There was a
Oh,
Lebanese
yeah.
cafe not far from the orphanatory for the elderly. It's not an orphanatory for the elderly. It's an asylum for the elderly. Asylum, not an orphanatory. Sorry. You know where that is? Where the strawberry
Yeah, yeah.
stands?
For there's a Banamex or something near, right?
Yeah,
I
exactly,
think
exactly.
the okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I've
but
moved here
that's
some places, but in Guanajuato. In Guanajuato, I think that there are like Habibti Falafel is one, and Palmas Rec. There are places in Guanajuato of Lebanese food
cuisine. Okay. I'm
cuisine. Yes.
very sure that you're gonna find the tabbouleh and it's absolutely delicious. There are others, I'm sure. I'm not saying that's the only one or the most delicious you can ever find, but I'm sure that you're gonna find some others that you're gonna absolutely love. Um,
Why are Lebanese people here in Mexico? Was from the Second World War or something like that, or
uh, Not sure because there's been a huge immigration from Lebanese people to Mexico, and you will find lots of people. For example, the owner of Plaza Las Palmas is a
uh-huh.
family by the name of Nassar Buhaidar.
Mm.
They are the owners of that place. There is a very wealthy family here, which are called the Tomé, which are Lebanese.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
Other families, Sarkis in Leon. Other families, Kuri.
Slim. Yeah.
Slim is Lebanese, yeah. So you will see lots of very wealthy families in Irapuato, in Leon, and in Mexico in general. Kuri, Sukar, the owner of Siete Leguas. Sukar is Lebanese. Buhaidar is Lebanese. Markakis. There are many, many family names in Guanajuato who are very wealthy families. They are hardworking people, let me tell you. They work very hard. They are very close, very tight group of families who help each
Hmm.
other, like
Mm.
the Japanese or the Koreans or the Jewish people do, right? They help each other
Yeah, Jewish.
and hardworking people, as most immigrants are, right?
Yeah.
Which
I
is
went to Mexico City. Well, the last week, but the other last week too. The last week.
yes,
We were in Polanco, and I think at least the 40% of the people there were Jewish in
Jewish.
Polanco.
Wow, incredible. That's incredible. You will notice that Mexicans have a lot of Jewish origin, Jewish ancestry and blood. We don't tend to recognize it very much, or to admit it, or at least to express it openly. I don't know why, but many
Mhm.
people, I'm pretty sure there is a claim that lots of people in Los Altos de Jalisco had Jewish origin, particularly the family names that end in EZ, like Perez, Lopez, Jimenez, Ramirez. All those family names have Jewish ancestry, apparently.
Mhm.
Apparently. Could be, could not be, right?
We must do a research.
Yeah, because we may have very wealthy family members. We don't know, so we need
Yeah,
to.
we should know it.
We should know who the rich family members are, right?
Yeah,
We need good connections. Okay, I'm
could be,
joking,
could
but
be.
could be. You never know when you're gonna
Yeah.
need a rich family member.
Hmm.
Okay, well, Mickey Mitch, let's call the class for today, and we do have another one tomorrow. Is it good for you guys?
Yes, teacher. At what time is good for you? And sorry for the delay again.
Oh, don't worry, don't worry. Say, I need to go to Aguascalientes and establish myself there, and my plan is to go at 12. So it should take me 2 3 hours. So I was thinking maybe 3 to 4 or 4 to 5. Would that be okay?
Yes, teacher. Are you gonna go to Aguascalientes to how do you say, laser or to work or for what?
No, no, no. I'm gonna go because I'm gonna take an exam on
Mm,
Saturday. I'm applying to a degree, to a post degree over there in
oh,
the
that's great.
Autonomous University of Aguascalientes. I don't know if I will be accepted or not, and I need to fight for the scholarship too, CONACYT
Yeah.
scholarship. So
Oh,
I need
okay.
several steps, but one step at a time, right?
Yeah.
If I
Right.
am admitted, then I will not live there. I will go every 15 days or every 3 weeks. But I'm
Okay.
interested in undertaking this post degree. So let's see.
That's great, teacher.
But I need to take an exam on Saturday, and I need to go since Friday, Mickey.
Okay, teacher. Yeah, there's no problem. If you want, you could tell us tomorrow, depending of your times, because sometimes in the highway there are accidents or something that makes you longer more time than you expected.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Mickey. Of course, I do that. I do that absolutely. Thank you, Mickey, Mitch. Well, you guys have a wonderful weekend. Oh, that's Mitch. So who's in the other
Yeah.
screen?
Yes, yeah, my cell phone stopped working.
No, I'm just making a joke. I know it's you. I said, who? If Mitch is there, who is in the other screen, right?
There are too
Okay,
much.
two Mitches, right? Okay. Well, Mickey, Mitch, have a wonderful weekend. See you tomorrow, God willing, and take care.
Yes,
Bye,
teacher.
teacher.
Thank you very
Thank you so
much.
much.
Take care.
See
See
ya.
you. Goodbye. Take care. Bye bye.
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 Take care.